interesting approaches to solving driving problems. Well, one such approach, we believe, is being practiced by the Birmingham Probationary Service in response to the problem of teenagers borrowing cars for joyriding. Sue Baker reports.
Car theft is a growing problem. Last year, 411,000 cars were stolen, and a high proportion of them were taken by youngsters joyriding. So how do you stop them? The Birmingham project has been trying out a novel approach.
5 years ago, I couldn't have walked across here. All this was just a vast toxic waste dump overlooking Birmingham city centre. But that was before a scheme was devised to transform this into a project for disadvantaged city centre youngsters to channel their energies in new, healthier and more exciting directions with the Birmingham Wheels project.
Brainchild of West Midlands Probation Service, it was created as a wheeled adventure park where young offenders could, for example, build and race banger cars alongside members of the public. The aim was to reduce street crime, initially in the West Midlands, but eventually nationwide with similar projects in other cities. We first visited Wheels 2 years ago to see how well it was meeting its aims.
Yes, it's bringing in large numbers of kids of all ages and kinds to take part in all the activities that you've seen here. And it's serving the very roughest and most difficult of Birmingham's young people.
Does the site have commercial potential?
The purpose of the place is for local young people, and the commercial activities are secondary to it, and indeed were only envisaged as making money to pay to administer the thing for kids.
But not anymore. It's now a much more commercial concern. The original 8-acre site has expanded to 40 acres. Originally a city refuse dump, the site had no commercial value due to its toxic contents. With expansion of the site, more facilities are available. The oval banger racing area is now in use. This race organised by the local probation service. And there's a £40,000 speed skating rink and roller hockey area. And that's not the only new facility. A tarmac surface has been laid at a cost of £20,000, greatly improving the karting track. But the biggest change has been the withdrawal of the probation service from day-to-day running, now undertaken by a Wheels company with charitable trust status. Is it still meeting the original aims and helping the people it was intended to?
I think our original aims of being attractive to young inner-city people is still there, in that we are still attracting them in large numbers, and we're very pleased about that.
But you're now a commercial concern, and you're going to have to work in a more profitable way. Isn't there a danger that eventually you're going to price some of the youngsters out who this project was intended to help?
We're very aware of that possibility and that danger, but we, at the same time, are very concerned to make sure as far as possible that that doesn't happen.
But we found that some people disagree.
It's changed dramatically from being a concept where young inner-city youngsters, those who've got massive social problems and economic problems, could actually come and be encouraged to take part, use expensive equipment at very reasonable rates. It's gone from there to being put on a commercial basis.
The karting area seems to illustrate this. Local kart enthusiasts helped design and build a track on a disused car park, and Birmingham Wheels Karting Club was formed. To the club's dismay, the concession has been handed over to a businessman to run as a commercial operation. The club fear they'll now be charged as much as £4 a driver for practice sessions and restricted to racing only on 16 Sundays. Already operating on a site next to the karts is the British School of Motorcycling, running both basic and advanced rider training. They say they're paying a fair commercial rent, which helps subsidise other activities. But with expanding commercial interests, is it now adversely affecting the local groups who use the site?
There are a number of other groups that are unsatisfied, and the growing dissatisfaction has perhaps come to a head at recent times, and we have actually recently formed an association now called the West Midlands Association of Motor Projects, of which representatives of other groups like ourselves have got together with a common interest of trying to negotiate better access to the track, trying to negotiate better terms and better conditions.
There are some local organisations who are saying that they cannot get access to your facilities when they want them. They have to wait for months on end, and they feel so strongly about it that they're banding together to try and do something about it. What's your answer to them?
Well, I'm surprised to hear that, and my initial reaction would be that I think that's a reflection, really, of where we're at in terms of developing the site. So I think that whilst there may be a little bit of frustration around from one or two of our users, we're trying to respond, and I think they know that, and we are working very much in partnership with our groups.
The Wheels project was held up as a national example, helping to reduce crime and providing a healthy outlet for deprived inner-city youngsters. Our fear is that it is now becoming too much of a commercial operation.
Well, Sue Baker there with sentiments I'm sure we'd all endorse. Now, if you look